Hi guys, how are you? I'm doing okay. I just heard a little incident here. I have like a knee scooter that I hobble along on, and my knee slipped off of the little cushion pad, and just instinctively, my broken ankle leg went down and my foot hit the ground to catch my balance, and I really just sent myself into a lot of pain. But I'm okay now. Uh, Tomorrow, I go back to the doctor and hopefully um, get a cast on, and I will know more after tomorrow of whether or not I can come back to school or when I can come back to school. So Um, fingers crossed, I'll let you know. But I miss you guys. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you're going to be working on for the next couple of weeks for writing. I'm taking a little break from Think Circa and wanted to kind of focus on something that I have mixed thoughts on, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that in just a second here. So it's February 1st, it's the beginning of February. And that, I don't know if you are aware or not, is typically the month that is a time to celebrate Black history. And this is where I am kind of, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. And I have mixed feelings about it, not by any means because I don't want to celebrate Black history, but I have mixed feelings about it because I just feel like, why do we have 1 month to celebrate it? And why isn't it just something that is celebrated or recognized or taught all throughout the year? So I tend to do that just in my lessons and stuff. I mean, last month we did a little unit on Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement. Why wait until February? So it's just kind of an odd thing to me that there's a month. I mean, it's nice that there's a month um, set aside for it, but it just seems kind of odd. And I think it tends to narrow from a teacher point of view. I think it tends to narrow the opportunities of when we should be talking about and learning about and exploring what contributions African Americans have brought to our country and to the world. Um, but anyway, there is a few slides that Mrs. Neild is going to show with you after this video, and I would anticipate it would spark a lot of interesting conversation. The slides really go into why February is chosen as the Black History Month to celebrate, how this came to be, who started all of this, and some history behind it. So I figured, what better way than to begin February with an explanation of what Black History Month is all about and how it came to be. But with that being said, like I said before, I just don't think it should be singled to 1 month. And I think it should be something that should be incorporated all throughout the year with all sorts of lessons and activities and opportunities to learn, because they are just as much, if not more, of an influence and impact on our country than any other person, whether they're white or Asian or Indian or whatever. So anyway, I wish I was there because I know you guys, I always enjoy having conversations with you guys because you have such thoughtful insights and you tend to think deeply about a lot of topics that we've covered in during the school year. So hopefully Mrs. Neild will get to share that experience that I've had with you as you go through these slides. And starting tomorrow, I actually wanted to turn the writing time into a mini unit this month of poetry, and more specifically, poetry that focuses on African Americans, people, Black people of history. And I thought, what better way than to start off with a poem that some of you may or may not saw or heard, that was given by a young girl on the presidential inauguration. Now, you'll start with that tomorrow, and I wanted to say just a couple of thoughts on that. The inaugural poem that this girl wrote and presented, it by no means am I starting with this poem for any other reason than her ability to influence those who read and listen to the poem she wrote. It has nothing to do with the election of Biden. It has nothing to do with any political support on either side, okay? Trump, Biden, whatever. That has nothing to do with the reason why I am using this inaugural poem. I've said this before to you guys, and I fully believe it. Sometimes when you're young, like you guys are, you may not feel that you have a lot of power, or a lot of ways that you can make change in the world. And that is absolutely not true. Your age doesn't matter. Your skin color doesn't matter. Your level of education doesn't matter. Change can happen. Change can happen from all sorts of people. And this little girl is one of the prime examples. So you're going to learn tomorrow a little bit about her. She has accomplished quite a bit at a young age. And she did this with a disability, and you'll learn about her disability. And you're going to do some work with her poem, and you'll have a chance to listen to her read it, and you'll have a chance to see it written out line by line. It's a phenomenal poem. I think that it gets a lot of people thinking. As we learned from the civil rights movement, we've come a long way from the 1950s and 1960s, but there's still not complete equality yet. And so we need more people like this young lady to keep pushing and keep acknowledging that fact that we are still not there yet with equality of different races. And so that I just wanted to preface a little bit today. Again, I chose that poem because, for one, it's current. For two, it definitely makes the statement that we are not where we should be at this point in life, as far as equality. We have come a long way. And I just wanted to preface to you as well that this poem, like I said before, has nothing to do with my political beliefs, okay? It is just the power of the influence this little girl has portrayed. So I'll be anxious to see how you work through these things. I'll be anxious to hear from Mrs. Neal as far as any interesting conversations that came up. Thoughts, questions, anything like that, as you learn about why we have Black History Month, as you learn about some of these famous poets and the influence of their words. Words are very, very powerful, as you all know. And what better way to put words to action than in a poem? So we'll be experiencing a variety of poems throughout this month. So I figured let's take a break from Think Circa and go from there. So I miss you guys. And like I said, keep learning. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.